Hey everyone, what is up? I am Rebellious Ninja, and I have came back after being gone for so long. In my last news update, I was a bit under the weather, and I did have COVID, but now it's gone. I didn't get the vaccine because I'm worried that they're gonna tell me that I'll be more susceptible to the virus if it ever comes back. So yeah, I didn't get the vaccine. So, but I'm doing okay. I'm like 99% better. The 1% being that I have a cough. Excuse me, as you can tell. And it's not a severe cough. I'm not coughing up a kidney or a lung or, anything like that. It's just a small cough and very little mucus. But I am taking care of that. I am throwing it away, things like that. So in this video, wanted to show you what weapons are good for. In this one, it's going to be about bots. And if there's time, I'll make one about
Reminder, all
terminates.
personnel must submit weekly urine sample by 0400.
So for bots, what works for me is for rifles, if you're a rifle kind of person. Most of these rifles are pretty good. You got the Liberator, the AR-23. You got the concussive. Concussive is pretty good because it staggers the enemies. So when you're shooting at them, it kind of stuns them a little bit. So it gives you a bit of time to get out of that situation that you're in to either find cover, reload, and then get back in the action. The STA-52 assault rifle, it's pretty good. Most of these rifles are good. I mean, all of them are pretty good. It's actually about personal preference. And you have, of course, the new one, the AR-2 Coyote, or Coyote. And incendiary rounds do work against bots because it does weaken them as you're shooting at them, so it kills them a little quicker. And you have the pacifier. Pacifier is pretty good. And again, stun rounds. It does 50 damage compared to the Liberator Concussive, which does 65, so I guess this one does more damage than the pacifier. The assault rifle's pretty good. The Halo assault rifle, it's not bad. I just don't like looking down the sights. I'm not comfortable with it. I did play Halo in the past, but I don't know. It just never really got me hooked in. It just wasn't my kind of pizza, if that makes any sense. Tenderizer is good. It's very accurate. Does a lot of damage, 105, but it's only against light armor. So it's not going to do any damage against chargers or, any heavies. Medium, of course, this one's good. Educator, it's 95 damage, medium armor. So if I had to pick one, I would pick the Educator because it does more damage compared to the AR-23. And for rifles, I would say the Deadeye is pretty good. You just have to be in certain situations where you have to be far enough to, because it's a reload type of rounds reload kind of gun. It does 300 damage, so that's pretty good. So it's not like an automatic gun. So you have to know where you're going to be in a certain situation to use it properly, if that makes any sense. I never did try any of the other ones. I did try this one. This one's pretty good. 165 damage. But these are marksman rifles, so these are a bit like sniper rifles. And of course, you have the diligence counter sniper, so that one's pretty good if you're more of a long range kind of fighter. So yeah, these rifles are more like long range, so you have to consider that. And submachine guns, I would say the knight is pretty good, but you're gonna run out of rounds pretty fast, unless you're gonna upgrade it to a drum magazine. So it's very fast. As you can see on the fire rate, it's 1,380. So it's very fast, but you're gonna run out of bullets pretty quick. So get ready for a lot of reloading on this submachine gun. I never did I try this one? I think I did before. I can't remember if it's good or not, but I imagine it's pretty good. Light armor, 70 damage, and reprimand is actually a a very good gun against bots because it does 125 damage and it's medium armor. And when you're doing missions like one-handed missions, if you're gonna get like a package to take to another place, this one's pretty good to have. This one's not bad. It's pretty good. 70 damage compared to 125, 70, 70. And I'm actually trying these ones out, as you could tell. This one's not bad because it has a stun type of round. Fires concussive rounds that stagger enemies, so it has, stun rounds. And it's pretty good actually. It's not too bad against bots. So these submachine guns are good, but with this one, the knight, you have to be careful. You're gonna run out of bullets pretty quick. So be ready for a lot of reloading. But the rest, they're pretty good. If For me, I like using the reprimand. That's my personal favorite. I like it because it does 125 damage, medium armor, so I mean, no problem there. Shotgun, if you're a shotgun kind of person against bots, I would suggest Cookout is good, Breaker is good, and this one, it's not bad. It does 605 damage, but the recoil is pretty high, as you can tell, 83 on the recoil, so you're gonna bounce back a bit. The Breaker's my favorite. That one I like using, and I'm actually trying to upgrade that to Drum Magazine. Cookout is good because it has incendiary rounds. Halt is pretty good because 385 damage, but these ones, the Punisher and the Slugger, I don't really like using. They're a bit slow, and the recoil, capacity. I like weapons that have a lot of capacity, or upgrading it to have like a drum magazine. So again, Cookout is good, Halt is good, Breaker is good. The Breaker Incendiary is pretty good. It does less damage, but it has incendiary rounds. And Spray and Pray, I suppose it's pretty good. So if you're a shotgun guy, I would suggest against bots. Mm, oh, sorry for the background. We got some planes flying low. Hmm. I would say I would say the Breaker, because if you can get it upgraded to have a drum magazine, then this is your weapon of choice for bots. Explosives, I would suggest a Raptor, but if you're a crossbow kind of guy, I guess that's your thing too, because it does way damage, a lot of damage, way more damage. That's what I meant to say. And 620 damage. I mean, yeah, you better be far enough to use that, as well as this one, the Raptor. It's pretty good, heavy armor penetrating, and it works well with taking out fabricator units, those structures. It's pretty good, and I imagine this one is too. Although I imagine there is an arc. All these weapons have arcs, so you might have to aim a little higher than normal. So I would recommend a Raptor for bots, but don't use it on close range. It's better far range. Energy based, I would say the sickle or the double-edged sickle. These are pretty good. These are my favorites. I like using these. And you're more than welcome to try all the other ones. Just know that some of them cannot edit. So, yeah. And I think I tried the Purifier. Yeah. Purifier is pretty good too, but it's a charge up. You can shoot single, like normally, but for a charge up, you have to kind of be careful, as well as the double-edged sickle, because the more you shoot, it overheats and then it might explode, and then there you're done. So be careful with these energy-based weapons. But I would recommend. Mm, I like the sickle because I don't like the fact that you have to keep shooting in order to do more damage and then potentially end up exploding. So just stick with the sickle. I like that one better. But again, you're welcome to try all the other ones. But personal preference, sickle. Go with the sickle against bots. This one's not bad. It is light armor, and it does light armor damage enemies, or it does light armor damage to enemies, I should say. And it's 85 damage, so it's not bad. It's pretty cool. And Dominator, it's you kind of have to be careful with that one because firing jet propelled rounds, the Dominator trades fire rate and magazine capacity for increased damage per projectile. So it's a bit like this one, the Eruptor. So you have to be careful using this gun, Dominator. So 275 damage against medium armor targets. It's not bad, but it's not a rapid fire. This one is. So I would say this one's pretty good too. The variable. That one's pretty good. So where am I at right now? I'm using the Pummeler. Pummeler and Defender is pretty good, but personal favorite Reprimand is pretty good. But I'm upgrading it right now, the Pummeler right now to, drum magazines as well as this one. And for secondary, grenade pistols are good for taking out the structures, the fabricator units. Talon is pretty good because it takes about 8 shots for it to overheat. So you kind of have to count your shots before they overheat. Having the stim pistol is pretty good if you're going to be a healer. Just let people know you're going to use it because some might interpret it as, you're shooting them. So let them know. ahead of time. Hey, I'm gonna shoot the stim pistol on you. I'm I'm gonna shoot the healing gun on you. Bushwhacker is good for close range, because sometimes you get the melee bots coming up to you. So Bushwhacker is pretty good. As you can tell, 405 damage against light armor. It's one-handed, so it's pretty good to have. Crisper, no, it's no, I wouldn't recommend it. Dagger, I mean, if you like beam weapons, that's fine, but it is going to overcharge or overheat, as you can see, but can overheat and need to change batteries. So if you like beam weapons, there you go. Loyalist, no, it's a charge up, and I mean you could shoot normally, but I don't really like charge up guns. I did try this one, anti-tank, but it's like a one shot kind of thing. As you can tell by capacity, you only get one. So there's no, like, you have to call down a resupply or find supplies. So if you're gonna use this one, you gotta be smart with where you're going, who you're going up against, things like that. And with bots, yeah, it's probably good against the heavies. But I like using grenade pistol just to take out the fabricator units, the structures. For melee, I would say the sword is good. I like the saber. I'm a sword guy. I like swords. Combat hatchet's not bad. That one works pretty well as well. And stun lance, it's not bad, but it's a long kind of distance, not so much for close range. It is melee, but it's, you're not gonna pull off any cool moves with it. It's more like just poking. And the new machete, it's not bad. It's a little slow when you're using it. It's kind of like handling a, what is it, the heavy sword, in most games, like the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. It's a bit like that. Yeah, slower to swing than other melee weapons, but deals more damage. So it'll do damage, but it's a little slow on the swing. So I would recommend the saber. I like the saber. It's really good. For pistols, you can either go verdict or SOCOM or senator. These three are pretty good against bots. This one's okay, the warrant. It's not too bad. If you like using guided features on the pistol, try it out, see if it's your thing. But it's I would normally use it for regular purposes. It does 80 damage against medium armor targets, so you can switch between guided and normal. But me, I like using hundo damage, 125, 2 hundo. It's a 6 shooter, the Senator, but it does a lot of damage. I like using the Verdict because you have 10 shots compared to 6, 12, so you get 2 extra bullets, but it only hits light armor targets. So I would rather go medium armor. So I'll go with the Verdict. Sword, and you could either go Talon or Grenade. I usually go Grenade because I know there's going to be fabricated units, and if I'm going to be using throwables, which we're going into right now, you're going to need either dynamite, pineapple, high explosive. You're going to need grenades that'll you know, that you can dunk into the fabricated units or structures to explode later or immediately, as with impact or incendiary. Impact, actually, I wouldn't recommend for throwing into the fabricator structures. I would recommend the dynamite if you're going to toss them into the, or these ones actually, just any of these, because if there's a fuse time on it, great, you know. So any of these would do well, but I like using the dynamite because it does 700 damage, even if you're using it out on the field against bots. So just be sure you're clearing out of the area. Incendiary's good. It does way more damage compared to the 150, but you know, uh, I like using incendiary impact. Just to kind of get out of dodge, get out of that situation. The arc is not bad. It's actually pretty good, but you have to throw it from a safe distance because it is going to bounce around unpredictably, as it says, warning, may bounce unpredictably. So I would recommend using this one against bots, but from a safe distance. So this one's pretty good, as well as the incendiary. Stun is good for getting out of those situations when, like, there's a ton coming at you. It, toss it on the ground and get out of there and find cover to reload or get out of the situation. So it'll probably give you like several, maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 seconds to get out of that area before they like come back and then shoot you again. So you gotta hurry. I did try the Seeker. It's not bad, but it's I wouldn't recommend it because it only selects a certain enemy, and it could be an enemy that's. I wouldn't recommend throwing this to melee kind of enemies coming at you because it might target it and then explode in front of you. So I wouldn't recommend this one. If you're going to use it, I recommend tossing it from afar. But just know it's going to select the target at random. So it might not target the one that you want. Gas, I wouldn't recommend against bots. These are pretty good against the Hulks. These ones are pretty good. Urchin, I never really tried it, but I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. Smoke doesn't really work because, I tried it before and they're still shooting at me. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, unless you know how to use it well. So it's up to you. Knife, I tried the knife against bots. No. It's more for like bugs, but against bots, no. And you only have like maybe one before, like, I don't know. It's been some time since I've used it, but I mean, it's a cool idea, but nah. Does a lot of damage though. Just, I mean, if you're gonna use it, I mean, you better know what you're doing with it. Pyrotech is pretty good because you throw it and it'll come up and start, like a firework, give like a little firework display, sparkling around, and so it's not bad. It's pretty good. But me personally, I like using dynamite. I would suggest the dynamite or stun. Stun is pretty good, but if you're gonna go up against like, well, yeah, stun, because if you have a grenade pistol, you can have like any other grenade that you want. But I would say stun is pretty good. Just in, just to kind of help you buy time to get out of that situation. So that's bots. Okay, so I think I was talking long enough to give you guys the idea of what weapons to use and personal recommendations. So stun, grenade pistol, and I would say for rifles, the educator. For rifles, I would say Deadeye. Submachine guns, reprimand. Shotguns, breaker. Explosive, eruptor. Energy based, sickle. Special, variable. So those are the ones I recommend. So with all that and armor, I actually like this new armor. It's pretty cool actually. And I would love to see someone like build it, like those cosplayers. It would be really cool seeing people walk around like this. And for the helmet, I thought this one was better compared to. Let me see if I can find it. This one. Yeah, it's okay. I don't like the tube. Eh, it's alright. But I like the one I had earlier. This one. This one I feel fits this suit more better. It's a little similar, but it's a little better. And then cape, I always don Vision of Freedom cape. That's sort of my thing. But yeah, that's the armor I like using. Provides 40% resistance to fire, gas, acid, and electrical. Increases throwing range by 20. So yeah, it's not a bad suit. It's pretty good. So those are my recommendations. If you guys want to see me, if you guys want to see another video on,
It's unthinking monstrosities who want nothing more than to kill every last human and every
if
living
you want to
organism.
see a video on what weapons to use on Terminids, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do what I can to let you guys know. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please subscribe, leave a like, and just leave a comment. And it'll really help me out a lot to know the feedback and what you guys want to see. And yes, I am gonna do gaming vids. I am trying to finish Witcher 3 because I did hear Witcher 4 is coming out. So I don't know when. You know, I'll leave the news and updates to you guys. But Witcher 4 is coming out, so I have to try and get Witcher 3 done, as well as Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know, that's gonna be a journey, man. But I'll try my best. And probably some other games. I can't remember which. I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me, guys. And as always, be safe, be kind, help each other out as best you can, and just have a great day. And if you're having a bad day, hey man, go get a snack. Treat yourself to a pizza or a slice or two. Treat yourself. Go read a book at a library. Just try to find something that it makes you happy. And it's okay to apologize for your actions, that kind of thing, because that takes a lot of courage. And women like guys with courage. But anyway, bye guys. See you guys later.